Namaste and welcome to the Bharat Perspective. Today we delve into the dark chapter of the 1946 anti-Hindu Calcutta riot, known infamously as the Great Calcutta Killings. The slogan of hatred, हाथ में बीड़ी, मुंह में लड़के लेंगे Pakistan. This chilling chant was echoed by the Muslim crowd that unleashed violence on Hindus in Kolkata on August 16, 1946.
16 अगस्त 16 अगस्त
16 अगस्त
16 अगस्त 16 अगस्त
16 अगस्त
Over the years, this slogan has morphed into the Azadi chant. Today, those who shout Azadi harbor the same mindset as the Muslim League of yore. Though modern India curbs their ability to execute such plans, the Delhi riots and the Nupu Sharma saga are stark reminders. The naming game. Why is this catastrophic event called Direct Action Day rather than an anti-Hindu riot? In July 1946, Muhammad Ali Jinnah declared August 16 as Direct Action Day during a press conference in Bombay, stating, "We will either have a divided India or a destroyed India." Leftist historian, in their apparent bias, adopted the name given by the perpetrators, ignoring the identity of the victims who were overwhelmingly Bengali Hindus. This naming reflects a deep-seated hatred for Hindus among these historians. The strategic timing. The date chosen, the 18th of Ramadan, was not by chance. It was selected to coincide with the historical Battle of Badr, symbolizing a calculated attack on Hindus, especially on days significant to Hindu festivals like Ram Navami or Vijayadashmi. Economic boycott and intellectual hypocrisy. Jinnah's call for Muslims to suspend all business was essentially a boycott of Bengali Hindus. Contrast this with the uproar over UP's eatery owner name display mandate, a move for food safety, yet never compared to Jinnah's strategic economic sabotage. Political maneuvering. Hussain Sohrawardi, a Muslim League member and Bengal's chief minister, persuaded Governor Frederick Burrows to declare August 16 a public holiday. Isn't it intriguing that the TMC government declared this same date as Khela Hobe Divas? One might ponder if this is an attempt to appeal to their voter base. Why Bengal? Bengal was the perfect battleground for Muslim League's violence due to its governance by the same party. Look at the areas like Raza Bazar, Metia Burj, Beldanga or Bashir Hat today, and you'll see why this region was chosen. The rally and the riot. Sohrawardi organized a massive assembly at Oktaloni Monument, now Shahid Minar. The inflammatory speeches given here by the League leaders incited the crowd to violence reminiscent of the current provocations by the TMC leaders like Farhad Hakim, Siddiqullah Chaudhry and Humayun Kabir, stirring Islamists against Hindus. Horrors unleashed.
पाकिस्तान बनेगी।
The riots saw women raped, institutions torched, a pattern seen even today in Bangladesh or historically with the destruction of Nalanda. The violence spread to Noakhali, where Hindu homes were set ablaze and unspeakable acts were committed, including the desecration of women's bodies.
क्या हमारा हिंदू होना इतना बड़ा गुनाह है?
All the Muslims have started shouting Allahu Akbar, Narae Takdeer, Pakistan Jindabad. So they have starting and they have started rioting, firing Hindu houses, looting, etc.
The week of the long knives. The riots lasted nearly a week, ending only when Bengal was placed under governor's control on August 21. The conversion agenda. At least 2,000 Hindus were coerced into converting to Islam.
ये प्रताड़ना वो तब तक करते रहे जब तक सारे हिंदू लोग या तो मुसलमान बन जाएं या मर जाएं।
On October 10, 1946, forced marriages and killings were reported. Women were forced to recite the Kalma, stripped of their shankha and sindoor. Even now, statements from TMC leaders like Farhad Hakim echo this historical aggression. Uttam Kumar's stand. Unlike today's Bengali artists who prioritize political campaigning over art, Uttam Kumar stood firm, aiding Hindu artists and technicians during these riots, embodying the true spirit of a Mahanayak. Gopal Mukherjee, the savior. Gopal Mukherjee emerged as a guardian for Hindus, leading the resistance, providing shelter, and reportedly saving thousands from violence, earning him legendary status. In conclusion, the 1946 Calcutta killings are not just a historical event, but a reminder of the persistent ideological battles that continues to shape the subcontinent. We must learn from history to ensure that such horrors are never repeated. Thank you for joining me on the Bharat Perspective. Stay informed, stay vigilant.